Food Safety and Inspection Service. U.S. Department of Agriculture. Joining FSIS primary and secondary lab sampling datasets. JSON to Excel, July 2025. This video tutorial will help you join primary and secondary laboratory sampling tables obtained from the FSIS website. Datasets are available in JSON format as a single zip file for each fiscal year containing primary and secondary tables. This video uses FY 2025 and FY 2024 raw beef sampling data as an example but is applicable to all laboratory sampling datasets. The Excel version shows you how to join the primary and secondary tables for a single fiscal year using a file that has been downloaded and extracted. Navigate to the FSIS Laboratory Sampling Data page. Select the plus sign next to the JSON file guide, then select how to open FSIS Public Use JSON Data Products Excel data, then save the PDF instructions to your computer. Return to the FSIS Laboratory Sampling Data website and scroll down to the Datasets section. Under Raw Beef Sampling, select View the Data JSON. Select, Download, and save the two zip files titled Raw Beef Sampling Data FY 2024 and Raw Beef Sampling Data FY 2025 to your computer. From each of the downloaded zip folders, right-click and then select Extract All from the menu option, followed by selecting the Extract button, and then Next. Open a new blank workbook in Microsoft Excel. Go to the Data tab in the ribbon, then under Get and Transform Data. Go to Get Data, from File, from JSON. Navigate to the FY24 beef sampling data file on your computer and select Import. This will open the Power Query editor. In row 1, select Record. In the Data row, select List or Record. Some dataset files have more than one data table within the data portion of the JSON, so a further list selection might be needed prior to accessing the data table. For example, the establishment-specific dataset for raw beef sampling will have the data row listed as record, and selecting that will lead to the primary table data and secondary table data. Select either to obtain the data for the appropriate table. Go to the Transform tab under List Tools, and under Convert, select to Table. Ensure the Select or Enter delimiter is set to None, and How to Handle Extra Columns is set to Show as Errors. Then select OK. Within the table, select the two diverging arrows, then select Load More, unselect Use Original Column Name as Prefix, and select OK. In some datasets, users may need to expand to new rows to extract the data further when converting the table form. Then under the Home tab, under Close, select Close and Load. Navigate to a new sheet within the Excel workbook and repeat the video tutorial steps to import the FY25 beef sampling data file to retrieve the other data tables. Once you have extracted the primary and secondary tables from the laboratory sampling data assets into two separate tables using the Power Query editor, you can merge the tables in Microsoft Excel. Go to the Data tab, Get Data, Combine Queries, Merge. In the Merge selection box, select the primary table for the first drop-down and the secondary table for the second drop-down. Note that the first few columns for the primary table should be Form ID, Sample Number, Establishment ID, and Establishment Number, and the first few columns for the secondary table are Form ID, Secondary Sample Number, Tertiary Sample Number, and Pathogen Number. Fields are subject to change in the future. Select the Form ID column for both tables, and under the Join Kind drop-down, select Full Outer, all rows from both, but you can leave the checkbox below unchecked. Select OK. Within the Power Query editor, scroll right to the very last column that starts with USDA FSIS Product Establishment, and select the two expanding arrows button. Uncheck the Use Original Column Name as Prefix box, and select OK. Click Close and Load to load the dataset into a new Merge One sheet in Excel. This concludes the Joining FSIS Primary and Secondary Sampling Datasets, JSON to Excel video tutorial.